Hello everybody, what's up? It's the Oyster House. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. And in this episode of this video, I'm gonna be posting the video for my cooking. And I think I'm gonna make some special cuisine, which is very nice for the summer days. It is good to have it along with a cool beer. And I think in the first I'm gonna prepare it along with the chicken broth, and that one's very savory. And I'm gonna make two meat for this skewer. The cold skewer, then to the beef and also chicken. And first I'm gonna cook them and along with the chicken broth and immerse them into the broth and make them very savory. And also I'm gonna cook the vegetables just like the lettuce steam and also the mushroom and some other stuff, and immerse into the chicken broth as well. I think that is very tasty. Oh, and the last, I think I'm gonna apply the chili oil and other spices and enhance the flavor for the dish. Also the ginger and the garlic, and apply to the chicken broth. The base for the dish is basically about the chicken broth, and because I don't immerse all the ingredients to the broth not that much longer, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more salt to make them more eatable and so as possible. So I think it's gonna be good.
Summer night. Lee is a 9-year-old boy, and he really dislikes summer nights. For him, they are usually an indescribable mystery. The unseen spirits are so active on summer nights that they make noises and talk to each other. Yes, they are not shy to surprise some sensitive kids, like Lee. It is 9:30 p.m. already. Lee is lying on his little bed, and he puts robot models and his hairy teddy bear around him, setting them up so they can protect him from the scary old man who appeared in his dream last night. "I will see you tomorrow night" is the last sentence Lee could recall after he was woken up with fright. He sweated and felt helpless, almost crying. The dread was like a snake sliding on his back, silently, weirdly. Lee could not remember the old man's face. It was an obscure face formed with thousands of tiny particles. No matter how hard he tried, he could not recognize that face. There seemed some mist between him and that old man. But his fear was so clear and true. Tonight will be the night. Yes, tonight. Lee was so scared now. The half moon hung outside of his window and crept silently outside of the clouds. Everything underneath the night sky was covered by its cold, frost-like silver illumination. It carried unspeakable secrets from another world. He could hear a faint melody being played on a flute coming from somewhere. The music sounds happy in a weird way, but it's strange happiness. Somehow, there's an image in his head. A girl standing on the edge of a cliff. She is playing her flute while a group of white fox dance around her. What a monstrous scene, Lee thought. Lee cannot tell if this was something he really saw, or if it just existed in his imagination. Once his grandmother told him, "My little boy, don't be afraid. You can't see something. I know something the adults cannot see. It's all because the third eye is not sealed yet. You were always my sensitive boy. I've been through such experiences when I was a little girl. In the summer nights, the gate is open. The night is the playground for them, and on most of occasions. And they are not harmful, but when you see them, just try to ignore them. Conversation is not allowed, remember. Remember, his grandmother's voice echoed in his mind. Unfortunately, she, the beloved one, had passed away last year. His grandmother never doubted his word. She believed in him. Sometimes his parents said that she was too superstitious. He could not sleep tonight. He sweats and quivers in his bed, covering his head with the damp quilt. He still could not help thinking that there was something getting closer and closer, trying to capture him. His dad watched TV in the living room. The reflection from the TV screen swayed on the door window of his bedroom. His dad has been suffering from insomnia for several years for this reason. He always stayed up late before he could go to bed. Sometimes Lee wanted to sleep on the couch by his dad's side, but it was not allowed except on weekends. Lee's parents were divorced when he was 2 years old, and now Lee couldn't even remember what his mother looked like. He had only seen a picture in a very old album in his dad's reading room one time. She was beautiful, a fashionable woman who wore a crimson suite in the picture. She was smiling. Perhaps she had been in a good mood that time. Her smile was not a shallow one. It was really a big, open-minded laugh. Lee felt he could even hear the laughter from this woman when he stared at the picture. No one told him it was his mother, but he felt that it was. If you can't feel me, then you can't see me. Suddenly, the husky, creepy voice rose again to Lee's ears. Just like last night, he tries to cover them but can still hear the voice. Lee dashes to open the door and runs to the living room. He buries himself into his dad's arms. "I'm so scared. Dad, I dare not sleep there anymore. Shut up. You are a boy, not a girl. Go back to my bedroom and sleep. Don't think of any more of this nonsense." There's no hug, no soothing words. It's his dad, always cold and very well restrained. If my mom was here. Lee feels tears filling up his eyes. He goes to his dad's bedroom desperately, but this time, at least, he felt safe for a while. It's weird that he felt safe and at peace when he slept in his dad's bedroom. There were lots of thick books and newspapers, old furniture, pillows, and sheets, and the smell of stale tobacco. Lee felt calm and fell asleep quickly. Somehow, he heard his dad come into the bedroom and lying down. Maybe he is reading the newspaper today. Lee has wondered. He does not turn back to double check. He can't feel it and see his father get up. Maybe he is going to the washroom, Lee thought. He does not turn back either, but he could see his dad stop in front of his fish tank wearing only his red boxers. "Lee, your tortoise is hungry now. Did you feed him this afternoon?" Between his dad's bedroom and the corridor where the fish tank was, there's a wall. But now, he could see very clearly what his dad was doing. He could not distinguish if this was real or just a shallow dream. Suddenly, he felt pressure on his chest, pressing harder and harder to the point Lee felt he could not breathe. He tries to scream out for help, but cannot. In the uncomfortably humid atmosphere, he feels his body float in the midair of. What was his dad doing now? Why did he only care about the damn tortoise? I'm in danger and he cannot feel it. All there is anger and helplessness. He cannot use his power to get rid of the unseen. Colorful little particles accumulate again. At first, they move with no pattern and spin into a vortex getting larger and larger. Then there was a face, the old man's face. Lee saw it clearly. It was wrinkled with a mean expression. Yes, that face. He is wearing a robe that was deep purple, and the collar extended to the right side of his oxter. The old man had two shining yellow eyes, unlike any old man's eyes. They were not opaque because of age. Somehow, they were more like carnivores' eyes, like the eyes of wolves or sharks. There was no mercy in them. It's time to sacrifice. You've been chosen to be the one. The honor is everlasting. Lee doesn't understand his words. They did not jump out of the old man's lips. Blood is mine. Come with me. Come. The old man takes Lee's left ankle with strong force, making Lee lose his balance due to the sudden attack. The old man's skinny, branch-like fingers rub Lee's skin. So painful. Lee tries to escape, but his power is too great. Subconsciously, Lee looks behind himself and sees all the visions of his dad's bedroom disappearing. All the things are fusing into the vortex of darkness. There's a flash of his grandmother's voice whispering to him. Spit at him. Lee could not think any more spits at the old man as hard as he could. Suddenly, everything bizarre disappears back to the silent emptiness. Lee opens his eyes and finds his dad sleeping peacefully by his side. There is no saliva on Lee's quilt, and he remembers how hard he tried to spit at the old man. There should be plenty of his saliva, but there was nothing. Everything is so real, and at the same time, seems so unreal, like a childish life. He sits on the edge of his dad's bed and cries helplessly. He is so exhausted when Lee's dad drives him to his elementary school the next morning. They say goodbye, and just then his dad finds something unusual and stops Lee. He checks Lee's ankle carefully with a suspicious expression. There are 5 fingerprints on Lee's left ankle, clearly imprinted there like stamps. Judging by the size, it had to be caused by powerful pressure from an adult male. Is that hurt? Are you okay? Lee, what's happened on you? It's almost the first time Lee could feel that his father was worried about him. Nothing, Lee says, peacefully with a bright smile, and goes to school. The sunshine, the blue sky, and the scent of newly cut lawn makes people totally refreshed. It seems nothing happened last night. Lee knows it was his first fight against that thing from that world. The team does exist. Sometimes they do slip away from the locked door and display their devilish game on their playground, their hunting ground. Lee knows, he always knows.